I'm Claire, a 26-year-old company employee who just turned 26. The company I work for is a reasonably large corporation. My parents are still alive, running a real estate development business in the city. It's a small company, but Dad's management has been successful, and we've lived a fairly wealthy life. Even during the recent pandemic turmoil, thankfully our business has remained stable, and we've managed to live peacefully. Now at my age, I'm starting to think about marriage. Actually, I have a boyfriend I met in a club during college, and we've been dating for a long time. Both of us thinking about marriage. His name is Trevor, 28 years old. His family is a well-known household in the countryside, and he's been living alone in Boston since college. He's kind and treasures me. I felt happy. However, there was one concern. It's just a rumor, but many say Trevor is a playboy. Since college, he had a reputation for being the center of attention, and when we started dating, even my friends expressed their worries. But he was my first boyfriend, and he was always kind and wonderful in front of me. Trevor being a playboy is just a rumor, right? Even if he was like that in the past, now he's only mine, so it doesn't matter. Maybe I was just naive, not listening to what others said. And finally, our marriage was decided. We had completed the engagement formalities, booked the wedding venue, and even figured out our new home, at the peak of happiness. One day, my college classmates and juniors gathered, and we had a lively girls-only party. The conversation, of course, turned to my upcoming marriage. Claire is the first among our classmates to get married. I sometimes think it's too early, but maybe it's just the right time, said Mila, my college classmate and close friend, munching on a vegetable stick. Really? I still want to have more fun, Chloe, another close friend, said as she swirled her glass of wine. Anyway, I'm worried about Trevor. Isn't he rumored to be a playboy? Are you sure about that? He's not, as Mila says. He's totally into me. Claire, you're such a child. You can't stay a dreamy girl forever, you know? Chloe strongly agreed with Mila. Is that so? But once we get married, he'll probably settle down, right? That's naive. Well, it's typical of you to be like a dreamy princess. There's even a rumor that there might be some ulterior motive for Trevor marrying you, you know? Don't say weird stuff, Mila. But, what's up, Zoe? Zoe chimed in, was a junior from the club, 2 years our junior. We got along well and always hung out together. I was hesitant to bring this up here, but Trevor is pretty close with Lucy, right? Lucy? Yes, she's my classmate who joined our sophomore retreat, even though she wasn't part of the club. After that, Trevor gave her a ride home, and they've been out for meals a few times. What? Isn't that like cheating? No, Mila. I know about that too. They're from the same hometown, and I heard he's been looking out for her as a senior. Well, if Claire's okay with it, I guess it's fine. I trust Trevor, so it's all good. Even though I said that, I couldn't shake off a feeling of unease. After that party, I met with Trevor. Hey, how's Lucy doing recently? What do you mean? She's just a normal friend. I heard from Zoe that you sometimes go out to eat with her. She's my high school junior, you know? It's great to meet her here, so I just did some senior-like things. Is that all? You're so suspicious. Is this the pre-wedding jitters? Still, isn't it weird to be close with another girl when we're about to get married? She's a junior. I'm looking out for her. You're the one for me. Trust me. Okay, I trust you. We parted ways that day, but my unease lingered. One day, Mila called me. I heard a weird rumor. A friend of mine's boyfriend works at the same company as Trevor. The other day, when I was drinking with that friend and her boyfriend, Trevor came up as your boyfriend, and it became a bit of a topic. And? It's not a good story. According to that friend's brother, Trevor seems to think Lucy is his real choice. No way. He supposedly said he's dating a rich girl, and if all things go well, he could marry into money. Your family's pretty wealthy, right? Are you okay with him saying that? That's definitely a lie. Trevor's not like that. I get you want to believe that, but you should be careful. I'm a bit worried, so I'll look into it. I'll let you know if I find anything. I appreciate your concern, but I trust Trevor. I want you to be happy. That's why I'm so serious. I don't want to doubt, but it's hard not to when you hear such stories. I wanted to believe in Trevor, but my anxiety was growing. Time passed amidst my worries. At home, I was organizing things, making notes of what could be used after the wedding, and what was still needed. I need to do some shopping. I have to discuss it with Trevor. As I thought about it, I couldn't help but smile. A modest but warm life. Just imagining it made me happy. Then the WhatsApp notification rang. It was from Mila. She sent a photo out of the blue. It showed Trevor walking closely with some woman. The place was a theme park I recognized. Looking closely, that woman was Lucy? I switched from texting to calling. I was at the theme park with friends and saw Trevor. He was with Lucy. Did you know about this? No, I didn't. He said he had to work today. So much for working on a holiday. Do you still trust Trevor? Yes, I trust him. There might be some reason I don't know about, and Lucy is just a junior from his hometown. I don't see anything suspicious. Well, if you say so, Claire, but I find it suspicious. Mind if I look into it more? Sure, but Mila, are you against my marriage? Not at all. It's just Trevor's actions that are suspicious. Would he really go to a theme park alone with a junior without telling you? I'll ask him about it tonight. No, you shouldn't say anything. This was just something I stumbled upon. It'll complicate things if you bring it up. Okay. I'll look into it a bit more. If there's nothing, that's it. If there is, we'll just laugh at Trevor's mistake. That won't be necessary. Yeah, you're the princess. But you have to face reality. While I appreciate Mila's concern, my unease about Trevor's actions grows. Should I keep trusting him like this? Mila's activities became more frantic. She communicated less with me and seemed to be in constant contact with someone. Knowing Mila's character, I'm sure it's not anything weird. I'm not worried, but curious about what she's up to. Trevor, my fiancé, has been busy with work lately. He was appointed the deputy leader of a new project. He said he'd be on a business trip for a while, working on site with the client's company. We won't see each other for a bit. Well, it's work, and it should be done before the wedding, so hang in there. I'll miss you too. With that, Trevor left for his business trip. Trevor lives alone, in an apartment contracted by his company. It must be inconvenient for him. Thinking so, I visited his apartment on my day off. Assuming he wouldn't eat properly alone, I planned to cook, clean, and do his laundry. It had been 2 weeks since we last met, but we rejoiced at our reunion. We went shopping at a nearby supermarket and cooked together. I kicked him out of the room to clean and do laundry. I thought a man's solo living space would be messy, but it was surprisingly tidy. Unexpectedly, he was quite organized, making me think housework would be easy after marriage. I smiled mischievously at the thought. While I was pondering, I noticed something in the corner of the room. It looked like an umbrella. It had pink frills and cute rabbit patterns. I picked it up and examined it closely. Obviously, it wasn't his, nor mine. Just then, the front door opened and Trevor came back. Man, killing time alone outside is quite hard. Ended up reading manga at a comic cafe. I bought your favorite cheesecake from a famous local patisserie. He said as he came in, but his expression changed when he saw the umbrella in my hands. Claire, that's... He started to panic. Trevor, what's this about? Surely you're not going to say it's yours, right? I remember now. It's Mom's. She left it here when she stayed over last week. I've been looking for it. Your mom uses an umbrella with little bunnies on it? Well, you know Mom. Still acts young and loves character stuff. This is the umbrella of a woman who prefers simple and sophisticated things, huh? Yeah, that's right. We have a lot of these at home. She loses her judgment when trying to look young. I see. Your mom is quite youthful. Yeah, that's right. Dad and I are always saying it's embarrassing. Hey, Trevor. What is it? Even when I get old and turn into an auntie, will you still love me? Of course. Even if you turn into an auntie, even if your body fat exceeds 40%, my love won't change. You're saying too much, but okay. After that conversation, Trevor let out a huge sigh for some reason. A while after that, Mila invited me on a trip. It was a surprise visit to Trevor's business trip location. I was immediately on board with the idea. I quickly got ready and met Mila at the station. Mila, you're quite the strategist to think of this. Well, I'll always be like this. So we decided to enjoy our childish adventure. Arriving at the nearest station and passing through the ticket gate, Mila suddenly said, "Isn't that Lucy? What a coincidence to see her here." Mila, and what, Claire too? Hello, long time no see, but why are you here? I like traveling alone and came here for sightseeing. Lucy's face turned pale. Oh, what a coincidence, huh? Mila gave a sly smile full of implication. Well, it must be fate. How about having lunch together? You're okay with that, right, Claire? I don't mind, but... I'd love to, but I have plans after this. Lucy was trembling. Plans? Like meeting someone? No, not that. I have a travel itinerary and some sightseeing spots I want to visit. Let's go together then. We have no plans. Let us accompany you. But that's... Don't say that. It's always good to have company on a journey, right? We'll treat you to lunch, so it's decided. With persuasive words, Mila half forced us along, quickly taking action and leading the way. Lucy kept looking back towards the station. During the meal, she seemed to receive several calls on her mobile phone and stepped out occasionally. Mila asked, What's up? Something urgent? No, it was just a confirmation call from the hotel I've booked for today. Already booked, huh? Maybe we should stay there too. What? Why not spend the night together, 3 of us, and have a girls' night in? I'm fine with it, but wouldn't that be a bother to Lucy? No, I don't mind. There's nothing, suspicious about it. Then it's settled. Lucy, can you check with the hotel? Urged by Mila, Lucy rebooked the reservation for 3. That night, we had a fun girls' night in. Though Lucy seemed a bit off. Was she just tired? Mila can be pushy, so it's no surprise. The next day, Lucy said she wanted to go alone, and left after checking out. Before noon, we went to Trevor's company and caught him coming out for lunch. Trevor was surprised by our sudden visit, and I sensed a bit of feigned reaction. He seemed happy at first, but then became sullen. I wondered if I had upset him. On the plane back, I was down, but Mila, having drunk 3 beers, seemed strangely happy. When I asked, she said, This is a reward for myself. Scary how well things are going. I didn't quite understand, but that's Mila for you. Lately, I've been helping Dad with computer work he's not good at, in between my job. Dad has been sharing even confidential matters with me, making me quite knowledgeable about the industry. One day I noticed Dad distressed over some papers at his office. What's wrong? A confidential acquisition deal got leaked.
and another company beat us to it.
The Cambridge building?
Yeah, I told you about it. We were about to proceed, having secured the funding.
I remembered mentioning this property to Trevor when we passed it on a date. Once I casually mentioned this to Mila over tea. The real estate business is tough, huh? Yeah, Dad always says the basic of business is to buy low and sell high. Which company took over the deal? I think it was Davis Craft Ventures Limited. They're a major player in the industry, unstoppable once they start moving. Davis Craft Ventures Limited? Huh? Could it be? Mila seemed deep in thought. What's up? Do you know something about Davis Craft Ventures Limited? I have a favor to ask. Can you feed Trevor some false information? False information to Trevor? Yes. Tell him that Dad is eyeing a low-quality property with no real asset value as a potential profit maker. I'm not sure about this. Is there a reason? I have some clues and hunches. If I'm right, this could be quite a spectacle. I'm reluctant, but if you say so, I'll try. Then one day, Dad and I talked about a problematic property, a building with no asset value, but made to look profitable. During a date with Trevor, I casually mentioned, this building seems to have incredible asset value. Dad is thinking of acquiring it. His demeanor changed abruptly.
Need to make a call,
he said and walked away. Later,
some fool bought that problematic property. It's Davis Craft Ventures Limited. That'll be an expensive lesson. Ha ha ha. Whoever handled it is in for a scolding. Ha 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 ha.
Dad said that, explaining the situation.
That building is old and doesn't meet seismic standards. It'd require significant renovation to sell. I wouldn't buy it.
Indeed, a professional's eye is different. After that, Trevor seemed down. He only mentioned,
I messed up at work and got scolded by my boss.
He looked like a child scolded by a parent. I told Mila about this, and she said sternly, Claire, you shouldn't speak lightly about work matters. It's unprofessional to casually discuss work, even if you don't realize it. Why am I being scolded? I did tell Trevor about Dad's work, but Trevor messes up at work, gets scolded by his boss, and I get scolded by Mila. I didn't fully understand, but as a professional, I thought I should be more careful about compliance. Then the day before my wedding with Trevor arrived. Planning to go to bed early for the big day, I got a call from Mila. Hey, finished your last supper? Tomorrow's the big day. You're okay with doing the friend's speech tomorrow, right? Yes, just finished writing it. It was quite a task. Oh, was it that difficult? Sorry. No, it was actually fun. Tomorrow will be unforgettable for you. Kind of scary, but looking forward to it. Then, on the big day, as the bride and groom, we were the main focus, but we were constantly pulled here and there. Before I knew it, it was time for the toast. There were the usual family speeches, and a brief time for mingling. As I was at the head table, relatives and friends poured us drinks and offered their congratulations. Amidst all this, Mila whispered in my ear, Honestly, I'm against this marriage, so I'm going to ruin the ceremony. What are you talking about? Her shocking confession left me frozen. Listen, you'll understand once you hear what I have to say. He's a real villain. You might not see it, but I've done my research and know his true nature. I'll protect you, trust me. What do you mean? Just watch from here. I've got everything prepared. Mila smirked and returned to her seat. Confused, I watched as the reception proceeded, and it was time for the friend's speech. Prompted by the smooth introduction of the MC, Mila took the microphone. Claire, congratulations, but I have mixed feelings. The room fell silent at Mila's suggestive words. Trevor, the groom, you met the bride and me in the same college club. When I found out the two of you were dating, I supported you, hoping you'd take good care of my best friend. Mila continued, surveying the silent room. But Trevor? No. I have something to say to everyone here. Raising her voice suddenly, Mila captured the attention of the room. The one you truly love isn't Claire beside you, but her. Pointing to a woman in the room. It was Lucy. Her name is Lucy Davis. She's the daughter of the president of Davis Craft Ventures Limited, a rival to Claire's dad's company, a much bigger company than Claire's dad's. They've been trying to outdo Claire's dad's company. Lucy Davis of Davis Craft Ventures Limited revealed, listened to Mila's words with a stunned face. Trevor was sweating, dampening the frills of his dress shirt. The groom, while dating the bride, also had a relationship with Lucy. Yes, he continued his relationship with the bride to gain inside real estate information, which he then passed to Davis Craft Ventures Limited, giving them an advantage. It's no wonder the bride's dad's company has been underperforming lately, with Trevor the spy feeding information through the bride to Davis Craft Ventures Limited. On the day itself, my dad was in shock at Mila's revelation. The idea that his daughter's fiancé was a spy for a business rival was unthinkable. Trevor planned to marry the wealthy bride, live a rich life, crush Claire's dad's company for a decent sum, then divorce her. His real intention was to marry Lucy and secure a high position at Davis Craft Ventures Limited. Initially, I suspected Trevor of cheating, but further investigation revealed his despicable plan. As Claire's best friend, I must stop this wedding. Mila passionately made her case in tears. The hall was silent, everyone's eyes on Trevor and Lucy. Breaking the silence was my dad. He went to the MC and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the turn of events. The parties involved, including the bride and groom and their families, are in shock. We will make a formal apology later, but for now, we must end this reception. I am deeply sorry." After his announcement, he bowed deeply. One by one, guests started leaving. I watched it all as if it were happening to someone else. I couldn't cry. Back in the dressing room, with my parents by my side, I silently began to pack up. At home in my room, the tears finally came. No resentments towards Mila. She saved me. The tears were because of Trevor. He would surely face consequences. I believed that. Afterward, Trevor faced a difficult time and misfortune, as what goes around comes around. At the reception, his colleagues and friends were present, which led to his demotion at work. He had personal relationships with female co-workers and felt compelled to quit. The disgrace at the wedding caused resentment from invitees, leading to demands for gift returns and compensations. Naturally, our engagement ended, and Trevor had to pay me a breach of contract compensation. His family sold their house and land, but it wasn't enough, so he borrowed from dubious lenders to settle the payments. As for Lucy, exposed as my husband's cheating partner, her father's company's reputation sank, and he was ousted at a shareholders' meeting. Ultimately, they divorced. Trevor was forced into a part-time job in the countryside, and Lucy returned to her parents, working in a local factory. Later, I forgave Mila for her disruption at the reception and expressed my gratitude. Blue sea, wide sandy beach, the sun stinging the skin. Now, I'm in the Bahamas with Mila and Chloe. My dad, grateful for Mila's courage at the toast, funded a trip for the three of us. What a great place. I feel like I can forget all the unpleasant things. I'm glad you're feeling better, Claire. It was hard for me to confess at the wedding. I'm grateful to you, Mila. I can't imagine what would have happened if I had married Trevor. I helped with the investigation too, so a little gratitude would be nice, said Chloe. Yes, Chloe, you did great too. Both of you are my precious friends. But marriage? I don't want to go through such trouble, Mila said. If it's with someone you truly love, a little hardship is bearable, Chloe replied. This experience has taught me a lot. I can't be a princess anymore. It's important to cherish each other, right? I said, sounding wise. Let's take our time finding the right person. No jumping ahead, okay? Hey, Chloe, what are you looking at? Oh, just noticing that group of 3 Americans over there. The one in the middle is kind of my type. Right, Mayla? Interesting. Maybe we should say hi. Don't you dare. We had a fun time together. Though it started as a heartbroken trip to Hawaii, the tropical sun revived my spirits. Despite the pain, I grew stronger. After this trip, I feel like I can start anew. On a lazy Hawaiian afternoon, I reassured myself in a dreamlike state.